Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a massive shift in how you build an online presence. We're looking at Brand Ghost Launchpad and how it uses AI to take just a single website URL and literally transform it into a massive automated discoverability engine. Honestly, if you've ever stared at a blinking cursor, just completely overwhelmed by the sheer volume of content you need to stay relevant today, well, you're going to want to pay close attention to this system.
So, let's start with a problem we all feel deeply, right? Maintaining a robust online presence today is exhausting. The source material hits the nail on the head here. The constant struggle to keep up with impossible content demands. You're expected to write these long-form articles, post on a dozen networks, and somehow optimize the whole shebang for AI bots. It breaks focus, and frankly, it's breaking modern creators and businesses. But looking at the data today, it really doesn't have to be this way anymore.
Because what if I told you it only takes 3 minutes
to generate an entire 30 days of fully optimized blog and social content?
And that this content isn't just sitting in some random document somewhere, but it's dynamically scaled and automatically published across more than 14 distinct platforms? That's the specific promise of the Brand Ghost Launchpad platform we're unpacking today.
All right, the modern discoverability challenge, being everywhere. To understand why a tool like this is even necessary, we first need to look at what being everywhere actually means right now.
Today, true discoverability is built on 3 distinct pillars, and you really can't just focus on one. First up, you have traditional Google and SEO, meaning long-form blog articles that rank, real content that humans actually want to read and search engines love. Second, and this is kind of the new frontier, AI assistance. Your content has to be specifically structured so that engines like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Siri actually understand it and recommend you when people ask questions. And third, social discovery. You need posts optimized specifically for the unique, quirky algorithms of TikTok, LinkedIn, and Instagram. If you're only focusing on, say, posting to Instagram, you're literally invisible to those other 2 pillars. You've got to conquer all 3.
Just compare the old way to this new reality. The old way of hitting all those pillars, it meant exhausting manual scheduling, a total nightmare of endless browser tabs, endless copy-pasting, and totally breaking your focus just to context switch across networks. The new way, the Brand Ghost way, replaces all of that with a cohesive 30-day cross-platform calendar. It features auto-publishing, meaning the system just connects to your accounts and posts for you at the optimal times. Boom! No more copy-pasting.
Section 2. The AI Discoverability Engine, transforming URLs into empires. So how exactly does this engine work under the hood to build a strategy that actually delivers?
Well, it all happens in a surprisingly seamless 3-step process. First off, the AI analyzes your existing URL, your competitors, and your market audience to build a strategy that actually works for you. Second, it generates the actual SEO content. We're talking long-form articles hosted automatically on your blog, along with your entire social calendar. And third, it auto-publishes everything to those 14-plus platforms at the absolute best times. The system just handles all the heavy lifting to turn a single link into an entire month of omnipresence.
Now, I know what you're thinking. The biggest fear with AI is sounding like some generic robot, right? But here's the crucial part: authenticity. The AI is designed to learn your perfect brand voice. Every single piece of content it generates is tailored to sound exactly like you, using your custom tone, style, and messaging. So it's not just pumping out volume, it's producing volume with your unique personality. Moving on to scale and reach, conquering 14 platforms. When we say everywhere, what does that actually look like for your brand? By generating platform-specific posts, the system pushes your custom-voiced content to expand your footprint across a massive array of networks. We're talking LinkedIn, TikTok, X, right on down to Medium and Pinterest. By managing this on autopilot, a single person effectively becomes a fully staffed media empire. And no cloning required. You can easily maintain an active presence in communities you previously, honestly, just wouldn't have had the time to even touch. And the proof really is in the data. This isn't just some theoretical concept. Thousands of active creators are currently using this system. And because of this multi-platform approach, those creators have successfully scheduled millions of posts across those 14-plus supported platforms. And again, just to put that into perspective, all of this massive output stems from a content generation time of just 3 minutes. Wild, right?
Let's look at some real creator success stories. I want to anchor these features in reality and see how actual professionals are using Launchpad to dominate their industries.
First up is Nick Cosentino, a software engineering content creator.
Nick's experience perfectly highlights the absolute relief of eliminating busy work. He notes that he's super busy with his career, creating courses, building a SaaS, running a YouTube channel, and, actually spending time with his family. Brancos took away the manual scheduling and that endless copy-pasting, allowing him to simply be everywhere without the burnout. Then we have John Van de Veer, the founder of Latterly.io. He highlights a slightly different use case. He finds huge value in this and recommends it not just for businesses, but for happily employed professionals, active job seekers, and even students. The strategy here is basically to put your networking on autopilot today so you can reap those massive cumulative benefits over the next decade.
And if we're talking tangible business impact, look at David Baginski, a realtor and entrepreneur. He balances real estate, a consultancy, and construction companies. For David, being everywhere isn't just about vanity metrics. It directly translates to the reach and engagement he needs to drive actual business leads across all his different ventures.
All right, your next step, the free discoverability audit. After seeing how an AI engine can take a single URL and turn it into millions of scheduled posts across search, social, and AI platforms, what's the actionable takeaway for you?
The source material points to a very specific, zero-risk starting line. BrandGhost allows you to see exactly where your current footprint stands with a completely free discoverability audit. You can see exactly how you currently rank on Google, how those AI assistants view you, and your overall social standing. And honestly, the best part, it requires absolutely no sign-up. You literally just enter your URL to get the data.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to consider as we wrap up this explainer. The barrier to producing high-quality, multi-platform, AI-optimized content has been completely shattered. In a world where your competitors can use an AI engine to instantly generate 30 days of omnipresent content across 14 platforms in just 3 minutes, can you really afford to keep doing it the old way? Thanks for joining me, and keep exploring.